Hi everyone, my name is Sheila Peters and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. Today we're going to start working with our feet. So come to the edge of your mat and we're going to start really trying to open up those feet, stretch them out because they're the base of how we stand and line up. So our front leg, we're going to lift that heel forward, heel goes towards the big toe, drop it down and then flex back. So the heel is the support, toes come up. And coming forward and down and flex back. Two more and flex it up. Heel down and come back. And last time, coming forward with that heel, foot down and flex. Foot comes down, other side. Lift that heel forward, as I say, make it go towards the big toe and come down and flex. So try to really make the biggest range of motion as the heel comes up as we can. Come down and flex. And two more. Lift it up. Press it down and flex. And last time. Lift it up. Heel comes forward and heel down. Flex it and come to neutral. Now we're going to come back to the first side. Shift your weight over to your back leg. And we're going to use the muscles that are in the toes to spring off. So here we go. And spring and down. And spring and down. Really try to push the toes and down because those toes have muscles. And down. Heel comes down. Let's go to the other side. Shifting that weight and spring and down. And push the toes and down. And push and down. And push and down. Then bring the foot down. So let's make sure that those feet are really right underneath the hips. And we're going to bend the knees out over the toes and lift that front heel up, pressing that heel towards the big toe, down and back heel up and heel down. Now straighten up. We're trying to keep our shoulders right over our hips. We're going to take that back heel and lift it up, press it down, front heel up, press it down, and straighten. Let's take it once more in each direction. Bend, lift front heel and down, back heel and down, and straighten. And let's take that one last time. Bend, back heel and down, and front heel and down, and straighten. And you may find that your weight's a little bit more forward on the balls of your feet, which is where we want them to be. So let's continue on. Bend, we're going to press through the front foot, push with the toes, stretch out, put that ball of foot down and come into a position where your weight is between the legs, both knees are bent. I'm going to shift forward, still trying to keep the shoulders over the hips here. It's feeling a little stretch in the Achilles and the back leg. And then still keeping the knees bent, transferring the weight. We're going to flex that front foot, which will give you a little more stretch in the Achilles. On the front leg, we're going to go through, gliding through, coming forward, bent knee goes out over the toe, and bring it back, sliding back with that flex. Two more, and push through, stretch. So we're trying to really work those lower legs and come through and flex. And then last time, coming through, bend, moving that weight forward, excellent. And come back through and flex. Now we're going to push through that foot, come to a straight leg position, and we're going to push off the heel of the back leg into the toes to, again, get a little more stretch. And then spring the toes and bring the feet more in an equal position there. And then let's take that back leg, bend, push through the foot, spring, stretch it out, come to a a straight leg position, then bend it so your weight's between the legs. And let's repeat that whole exercise the other side. So here we go. Weight over that front knee. And we've got our back heel, getting a nice stretch. Gliding through, shift and flex and straighten that front leg. Push through the ball of the foot, push and go back into your Achilles stretch for the back leg. And gliding back. We still have shoulders on top of the hips. Good. But we're really focusing on what's happening to the feet and the lower legs. Good. And come through and flex. And last time, push through, glide, and stretch. This leg is straight, and come back through, press, and flex. Good. Put this foot down, straighten up, and we're gonna push through the back heel, feeling that nice stretch in the leg, and then spring and bring the legs together. Good. Let's come back to the same place. And now we're going to take that spring of the foot to help lift the leg up. And even though you'll engage the thighs some, I want you to think of the action being motivated by the feet, not through the thighs. And let's take our hands on our hips. We're going to shift from one side to the other. So we have front leg, spring, lift, foot down, and other side. Ball of the foot, toes spring, lift, and down. Push, one, lift, foot, and down, lift it up. Spring the toes, and lift. Keep going. And one, push up, and ball, and down, and one, lift it up. Foot, and down. Last time. Ball of the foot, toes, toes, and down, and over, lift, and out, and down. Good. Let's just bend the knees and straighten. So again, we're working those Achilles and the lower legs, and straighten. Repeat. Bend, and straighten, and bend, and straighten. Now what we're going to do is take that bend and go into a flat back position. So we're folding right at the hip flexors, derrieres go out. So we have out and straighten. So we're just trying to keep that back straight, holding onto the abdominals, and straighten. So we're pressing and using our glutes some here as we come up and out and up. Let's bring our arms up, and we're going to take a full swing and drop the head down. So knees bend, let the hips go, and come back up. Repeat. Bend and lift. Two more. Drop down and lift, and drop down and lift. Now we're going to take our arms, let them come down as we bend the knees, push the hips forward, and we're getting a little arc in our body as we push the hips forward to a straight leg and the arms come up. Let's repeat that. Bend, arms come down, push the hips through, arc through the body, reach the arms up as the legs straighten. Two more. Bend, push through, arc, lift, and up. And last time. Bend, push through, arc, lift, and up. Now we're going to combine the swing and that whole arc through. So we have swing down and up, bend through, arc, and lift. Bend down, let that head go. Lift, bend down, arc through, lift, and up. Two more. Drop it down and up. Bend, push the hips forward as you arc and lift. Last one. Drop it down and up. Push through, arc, reach, up. Good. Excellent. Let's face the front. And we have our arms upright. And make sure that your feet are basically about hips width apart there. Let's just take some reaches up. So we have reach up, through the ribs, up, and reach, and up. Good. Lift up, and reach, and lift, and reach. Let's go to the side. So we're reaching out, and stretch. All the way out, and reach. Breathe it out, and stretch, and reach, and out. Let's make our arms go out to the side here. And we're going to cross the left arm over and bring it down and into sort of underneath the armpit. So you're getting a curve in that upper spine. And then reach to the diagonal. Curve it down. So it's almost like we're going to the down diagonal. And reach up. And down. And up. So your upper body's getting some work here. Over and up. Let's come back to neutral position. Other arm is coming across and going into that down diagonal underneath the armpit position as this arm anchors. And reach up to the diagonal. Twist and reach. And lift up. 2 more. Over and lift up and over and lift up. Good. Come back to neutral position. Bend the knees and swing it up. This time we're going to drop our head down, bend, and head comes up. And drop and lift up. Final one. And drop and lift up. Good. Let's come back to our edge of the mat. And feet are underneath us. And we're going to take some squats in a parallel position. So arms are up. Knees are going to bend straight over the toes. And we have the hips going behind you. So you have 1 and up and 2. Using those glutes and the pressure of the feet against the floor to come back up and out and lift. Backs are flat and up and back and up and back and up. We're going to go back down and we're going to make our hands into fists and we're going to use those feet in the same way we were, but with a little pulse. So we have front heel down, back heel down, front, down, back, holding on to the abs, and 2, and lift. Once more, front, good, and back. Heels down, fast pulses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 more. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, pump it, 5, 6, 7, 8, and come up right. Good. Okay, we're going to take our legs and do the same thing with our legs in a rotated up position. So your heels are onto the mat and your toes are off the floor. And we have the arms up again. So we have 1, hips go behind, lift, and flat back, and up, and out, and lift, out. Use your breath, and press, and lift. It's really working the legs and the glutes. 2 more, out, and up, and out, and up. Here we go, back down. We're going to have a fist, and we're going to lift those heels as we pump. So we have 1, down, 2, down, up, to the front, up, good, out, last set, up, and out. Now we're going to come down and do fast pumps. 1, 2, 3. Knees are out. 5, 6, 7, 8 more. You may really be feeling this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And come up right. Good. Okay, let's come back to the center of the room. And just shimmy out a little bit the whole body, because that was quite a bit of use on the legs. Let's move into the hips. We're going to have our legs in a parallel position. Bend the knees and rock the hips to the right. Swing down, rock. Press it out. So you feel a stretch in the IT band and reach. 2 more sets over to the side. And switch. And last one, over to the side. And switch, come back to neutral. Let's take it front. So we're pressing out through those hip flexors and press the hips back and push forward and back. Keep breathing. Forward and back and forward and back. Come back to neutral. Let's go to front right diagonal with those hips. Back, left. Swing it through. Front and back. And front, pushing it out. And back. And front. And back. Come back to neutral, other side. Left front diagonal. And back. Good. Push it through. And back. Over to the front. And back. Good. And to the front. And back. Good. Come to neutral. Straighten up. Just shimmy those legs out a little bit. We're going to take what I call the spoke of the wheel with our hips and go each of those directions sequentially. So from here, bend the knees. Hips go front, center, diagonal front, center, directly side. Good. Back diagonal center, direct back, center, left diagonal, and out to the side, center, front diagonal, and center. Let's go other way, front, and diagonal left. Good. To the side, and back diagonal. All the way back, and right diagonal to the back, side, good, front diagonal, and straighten up. Let's just shake those legs out for a moment. And let's start working with the hips going inside and outside. So we're going to come into a more parallel position under the hips. Hands can stay on the hips, bend the knees, lift that right heel up. Remember that heel goes towards the big toe. And we're just rotating at the hip as the knee stays bent. So both legs are bent. And rotate out. So you're swiveling on the ball of the foot. In and out. And swivel it in and out. Good. And once more. In and out. Come back to neutral position. Place the foot down. Lift the other foot up. So both knees are still bent. Heel is going towards the big toe on that lifted heel. And rotate in. So you feel this rotation in and out in that hip area. Good. And out. Rotating in. So we're building flexibility in the hips. And in and out. Good. Come back to parallel and straighten up. We're going to do a similar thing with a wider position. Remember that your anchor knee is out over the anchor foot. So bend both knees. They're going out of the toe, lifting that right heel up again. The heel goes to the toe. And we shift and twist. Now our upper bodies can reflect this in this deeper inward motion here. And rotate out. Both legs stay bent. In and out. Try to exaggerate that in position. And out. And in and out. Good. Come back to parallel. Put that foot down, straighten up. Just shimmy those legs out a little bit, and we'll go to the other side. Here we go. Bend, knees go out over the toes, lifting the left heel up. Heel goes towards the toe. Rotate it in, allow the body to go with you, the torso to go with you, and rotate out. And in. And out. Rotate in and out. Last one. And in and out. Come back to parallel. Good. Heel down, straighten out. And shake those legs out. Good. Let's bring our legs a little bit closer to us. And we're going to just bend the left knee as we straighten and push through into the IT band even more on the right. So we're sort of sinking. And our hips are tilting. Push, change, and let it go into the stretch to the other side. And repeat. Shift it. Good. And change. Repeat. Push it out. And shift. Way out there. Good. And push it out. And out. Let's come back to neutral. Go into that. Let's take a wide turned out position just to change things up. We're going to take circles through the hips. So we've got knees bent out over the toes. That's always the rule. We're pressing the hips forward, so you may feel added stretch through the hip flexors there. And we're going to go into that diagonal side, back. But because we're in a rotated position, you may start to feel the inside thigh get some action too. We're going to take 4 circles in each direction. So push it out. Upper body is counterbalancing where the hips are going to help give you a bigger range of motion. And we do want to keep both knees going out over the toes all the way around. Good. Keep it going. Here's the last one. Really press forward with those hip flexors. Circle around to the back and around to the left. And now we're going to go to the front and go immediately to the left and go into each of those 8 directions that we did with the spoke of the wheel with the hips there, all the way around. Good. Push. Stretch it out. Breathe. Pushing it out through the hips, all the way around. Good. I kind of lost my count, so we're going to do 2 more. Even if it's 1 more than we did on the other side, your body will be reaping the benefits of it. Circling around, keeping those knees going out of the toe. And here's our last one. Circle. Good. All the way around. Keep it going. Breathe. And then coming to the front. Good. Come back to neutral, straighten up. Let's inch those feet out a little bit more and start to get more into the inside thigh. Let's use an arm. So our arms are up. We're going to cross our arms, bend our knees, slide the hands along the legs as we keep that back straight to increase the stretch in the inside thighs. Coming up, cross the other arm in front. And here we go. Keep that same arm that you just used, cross it, press, keep the back straight. And now as you come up, you're crossing the other arm in front. Let's repeat that 2 more times. Same arm as before, coming out, slide, reach. And then cross and change the arms, lift and up. And here's our last one. That same arm as you come down. Feel that stretch, lengthen out. Good. And come up, lift. Crossing the other arm up and open. Let's go into a flat back. So here we are from the hips. So we start to get a little bit into the hamstrings and come up right. And now we're going to cross that left arm over to the right foot. Still folding from the hips there. And come up right, flat back, over, directly front. And come up. Now we're crossing and still folding from the hips and reach that arm over to the left, coming up right. We have a couple more sets of this, over, flat. Each time trying to increase the stretch on the hamstrings. Twist, still folding from the hips there, reach. And come up. And we have 1 more. Flat back. Breathe. Coming up. Good. And twist. And press to the other side. Still maintaining a flat back even though it twists. And come up right. Good. Bend the knees, come together, and shake that all out. Let's go back to the edge of our mats. We're in a parallel position again with our feet underneath our hips, shoulders on top of the hips there. And we're going to roll down through the spine to start working through the back of the spine. Head comes down above the waist. Coming through. If you need to bend your knees, you can. If you don't need to, you want to make sure that you eventually come to a full coming from the hips, from the front of the hips there. Heads are down. And from here, we're going to arch up. So the head is going to lead, head comes up, and we're getting a scoop in that back, keeping the abdominals engaged, and lift up. Repeat that. Rolling down. Trying to open up between the vertebrae each time. Opening up so there's more space in between the vertebrae, those bones. Drop the head down, which will increase your stretch on the hamstrings. Heads lift up. Breathing, coming up right, realign the shoulders and the hips. Roll down. Here's our 3rd set. Dropping down, curve, roll it all the way down, reaching, and head. You might find that you get a little farther each time. Again, if you bent your knees, you want to make sure you straighten them at the very end. And then once again, rolling down. Breathe. Holding on to the abs. Drop the heads down. And heads come up. Increasing that stretch in the hamstrings. And also the flexibility in your spine. We're going to take 1 more roll down. Coming to an upright position. Here we go. Roll. Heads down. Good. And we're going to walk our hands out into a plank. So here we go. We're walking out. We're going to get our hips going down. We have our abdominals engaged, and we've got a straight position. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7. Hold it 8. Hold it 9 and 10. Now we're going to rotate our heels behind us. Reach that front arm up, and we have a side plank, and we're going to hold that for 10. 1, 2, breathe. 3, keep the hips high. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Really control that arm as it comes down. We're going to go back into your normal plank. Hold it, 10 more. 1, 2, breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rotate the heels now in the opposite direction. Other arm is in front. We're in our side plank to the other side. Count 10. 1, 2, breathe. 3, keep the hips high. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Control that arm as it comes down, and then we're going to go back into your normal plank position, and we're going to push back into a down dog. So press the heels down, pushing through. You might have to adjust your feet there, keeping the fold in the crease in the hips there, abdominals engaged. And we're going to lift first the front heel up in our familiar movement as we press the back heel down. Switch. So we're treading through, trying to increase again the stretch in the feet and then also in the Achilles. And press and stretch. Repeat. Press and stretch. Last time. Press, down, back heel's coming up, and front heel comes up. And we have one last one. Switch and press. Good. Let's lift both up and press down. Pressing the heels down, shooting the hips up, feeling that fold in the front of the hips there. Good. And then slowly lower the knees down, pressing through the toes. Our feet are somewhat of a theme here. Relax the feet and press back into child's pose. Heads are loose. Good. We're going to roll up through the spine, so we're in a sitting position all the way up. Good. So let's work on that lower back. Hands can be right on your thighs there. And we're going to press back with that lower spine, which may give you a slight stretch through the front of your thighs there. And then we're going to push through the hips and arch. So we're kind of replicating that roll down that we did while we were standing. And then the arch up. And push through and let that whole lower back, we get some good opening up, a little flexibility through it. And come forward. And let's take that once more. And you notice that your head is going to reflect some of that articulation in that spine. Coming forward so the head comes up. Good. Come back to a neutral position. Let's circle the shoulders. So we have both forward, lift, back, and down. And forward, lift, back, and down. 2 more. Forward, lift, back, and down, and forward. Lift, back, and down. Let's reverse that. So we're going to the back, lift up to the front, and down, and back. Lift, front, and down. 2 more. Back, lift, front, and down, and back. Lift, front, and down. And just shimmy those shoulders out. Good. Okay, we're going to go on to our hands and knees. You might need to move forward a little bit on your mat. We're starting with a strong position with our abdominals really engaged there. And then we're going to lift that front foot up to a bent knee position. Knee is level with the hip there. And that foot is pointed. And we're going to just press up and get some upper thigh and glute work. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Flex that foot. 1, 2, 3. Holding on to the abs. 5, 6, 7. Repeat. Point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Flex at 1, 2. Good. 3, 4. Breathe. 6, 7, 8. Point the foot. Bring that foot down. Let's press back into child's pose. And give yourself a moment's rest here. Take a couple of breaths, deep breaths in nose. Exhale through the mouth. And inhale. And exhale. You may notice as you be in this child's pose position that front hip, you can fold a little bit more than the other one. And let's come back up into your hands and knees. Again, keep that abdominal position nice and strong throughout this exercise. We're going to lift that back leg up. You've got that knee in a level position from the hip there. Foot is pointed, and we have pressed 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At point, repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Flex it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Point that foot, bring it down, and let's go back into your child's pose. All the way. And notice if you feel like those hips are equally bent at the hip flexors in front. Let's take a little stretch here through our side body. We're going to reach that front arm forward, way out there. Elbows slightly bent. We're trying to keep the shoulder down below the ear. And you feel a stretch in the armpit and the upper rib cage on the side there. And release. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Keep that elbow down, shoulder down, and feel that very isolated sort of armpit, rib cage, upper arm area. And release. Let's take that once more. Breath in. Exhale, reach. All the way out there. Good. Lengthen. And bring it in. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Reach. Press it out. Good. And bring it back in. Dropping over. You may find with that stretch with the arms, you can get a little farther over. Heads are loose. Okay, we're going to come back into our hands and knees position and do a little more work through that hip and involve the glutes. So we're going to have that abdominal lower back positioning really being connected there. And we're going to lift that front leg up into the knee to the hip area. We're going to rotate the leg out, flex the foot, and we're going to press that foot behind. And our hips are going to shift. So we've got basically one hip up towards the ceiling and the other down. And keeping this rotation, we're going to now bring this front knee towards the shoulder. Good. Trying to keep it all level as we move through this. We're pressing out, feeling that twisted stretch, and then using the abdominals to keep that knee level, bringing it towards our shoulder. 2 more sets, pushing out through the heel. So there's a lot of core work that happens here as we reach to the back. Good. And coming in, once more, bringing that knee into the shoulder. And last time, push it back, press all the way out, as far back as you can get, twisting the shoulder, the hips up and down, and then bring that knee into the shoulder. Good. Coming back to your neutral position, make it go into parallel point and come down. Let's take it right away to the other side. So from here, we're going to lift this leg up. Knee is level to the hip. Flex that foot. We rotate out. So one hip is up, one is down towards the floor. And we push that heel away to open up in that hip area. Now here's the core work, holding onto the abs. We're bringing the knee towards the shoulder. And push. Trying to keep it level so it doesn't dip down and up. Push it way out. And coming in to the shoulder. Here's our second one. And moving into our third. Push it all the way to the back. Make sure you're breathing. Make it go all the way back. Good. And coming in to that shoulder, holding onto the abs. Beautiful. And last one. Reach it out. You're going to feel this in your glutes. And push back. And coming back in, knee to the shoulder. Good. Come back to your neutral position. Make that leg go up and down. Point the foot. Bring it in, and let's go back into child's pose once more. Dropping the body down. Let that head be completely loose. Let's shake that head out. No. And then yes. And no. And yes. Okay, let's take another twist with our upper body. So we're going to take our back elbow, bring it in so it braces between the knees. Other arm is bent in a 90-degree angle. And we're going to press down with the bottom elbow as we lift up and twist through the top elbow. Try to reach the elbow to the ceiling. You feel this nice stretch in your spine. Now control that arm down. Don't let it flop. We're going to replace the back arm with the front arm and lift to the other side. Pressing down, trying to, again, make the shoulders, those joints go one to the ceiling, one to the floor, twisting. And control it as you come down. Shift the arms, lift, breathe, and maybe you can get a little higher so you're getting more of a twist in that spine. Good. And controlling it down and coming to the other side. Lift. Let your head go with you and upright. Many places you could be feeling this in your spine, in your arms, and come down. Let's do this once more in each direction. So here we go. We're shifting, breathing, lifting, up. Feel that twist. Excellent. And come back down with control and shift it, lift. And that arm comes up, pressing down with that bottom elbow so you can really twist as far as you can get. You probably find that your range of motion has increased. And then let's come back down. And once more, stretch the arms out and go into a deeper child's pose position. Excellent. And roll up through the spine. And come into an upright position. Good. Let's sit down and bring our legs out in front of us. And let's work a little bit more with the circling of our ankles here. So we've got the divine flesh out. Our legs are a little bit separated there. And shoulders on top of the hips. Let's flex our feet. And we're going to circle to the outside with those toes. So we have all the way around. Good. Up. All the way around. Let's do 4 more of those. Circling. Breathing. And around. Good. 2 more. And circle it around. Keep those back straight. And around and up. Now let's reverse that. So now the circle sort of starts with that little toe. So we have a little crossing over here with our feet, which increases the opening in the ankle. We have 4 more. 1. And again, 2. Good. And 3. Excellent. And 4. Okay, shake that out. Excellent. Let's push back a little bit more on our mats. So that we have the divine flesh out from underneath. And let's get our legs a little closer. We're pointing the feet. We're going to lift up and do a forward fold. So we're lifting up. We're going into the flat back, feeling the crease in the hip flexors there, getting you over. And then hands come down and around the backs. Feet are still pointed. Let's take 4 deep breaths as we reach forward with our arms. Inhale. As we exhale, reach the hands forward. Feeling the body lower down to the floor. And we feel more of a hamstring stretch there. Again, breath in. Exhale, inching the fingers forward. Toes are still pointed, lowering the body down. Breath in. And exhale, reach all the way down as you exhale. And last time, inhale. Exhale and send those fingers out if you can a little bit farther as you allow the body to sink and surrender to the legs. Walking yourself up with your hands, you're going to roll up through that spine and realign all the way up and breathe. Good. Let's flex our feet and repeat the same thing. So we're lifting up. Lifting up out of the hips, reaching over in that flat back position from the hip flexors, and then lowering over with the flexed feet. We get increased stretch. Hands come down, curve the upper body, head is loose. Let's shake that head out a little bit, shimmy the shoulders, and then wiggle the hips. And see if that helps you get a little farther over, folding from the hips. Let's take 4 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach the fingers out. And lower. Second breath in. Exhale and reaching out with those fingers and lowering the body down. Shoulders are relaxed. Again, breath in. Exhale and reach, make the elbows drop down so that your shoulders drop down as you let your body lower towards the floor more. And last time, deep breath in, exhale and reach out. Beautiful. And then walking up with your hands to roll up through your spine, once again with the feet still flexed, coming to an upright position. Good. Okay, keep those legs out a little bit. Let's turn to the side and let's take a little bit of abdominal work. So our knees are going to be bent and our divine flesh is out from underneath and our backs are nice and straight. And let's curve back. You can use your hands behind your knees and we're going into a C curve. Let's reach our arms out and we're going to take little pulses backwards, holding on to the abs there. So we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to angle our body to the diagonal, to the front. So we're going to be working the obliques. Same thing. Pressing back 1, holding on to the abs. 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift it all the way over to the other diagonal. And here we go. Shoulders are down. 1, 2, 3. Press back. Engage the abdominals. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands behind. Push through the lower back. Roll up through the spine and come to an upright position. Now we're going to take this once more with a slightly different position with our arms. Hopefully you're really feeling that in your lower abs as we go into that C curve and do the pulsing. So here we go. Establish the straight back and let's curve back once again into that C curve, engaging the lower abdominals. Arms are going to come forward, but we're going to fold the arms so that your fingers and hands go into the crook of the elbow there. Keep holding on. Here we go. Shoulders are down. Pulse. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shifting over to the front. And that diagonal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shifting over to the other side. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's just take some shifts over from one diagonal to the other diagonal. And you may find as you shift that you can make it go over more to the side. So let that happen, but you're still holding on to the abs and coming over to the front and to the back and to the front. Good. And back. Come back to your neutral position. Hands underneath. Push through that spine. Lift up and come to an upright position. Good. We're going to roll all the way down to the floor. So here we go. We're rolling down. Same action that we've been doing, using that C curve to go into the floor and come all the way to the floor there. Good. Let's reach our arms out to the side and just rock the hips side to side. And release that. And then beat the thighs on the floor. We're just trying to get the body to relax and integrate. Come back to neutral. And then with your feet, you're going to take that foot drum and your upper body is going to reflect what's happening there. Good. Okay, from here, let's point the feet, bring them into a parallel position. We're going to bring that front knee into the chest, clasp the knee towards the chest to increase that stretch. Here we go, in. And now we're going to grab a hold of the foot or a part of the leg. And we're going to try and extend the lower part of the leg out from the knee. So you're increasing that hamstring stretch on that top leg. Bottom leg stays nice and secure because it's your anchor. And then bring that knee in, finger pointed. And press, lift, and extend. Reach it all the way up there. Good. Coming back in again. Excellent. We have two more. And press it up. Reach. Lengthen, bringing the leg as close to your face as you can. If your knee is still bent, that's fine. As long as you are feeling a stretch in the hamstring in this top leg. And here's the fourth time. Reach it up, lengthen, and stretch. Now we're going to flex out through both heels. So that will increase the stretch. You're going to feel the heels reaching away. And we're going to keep a flexed position with this top leg, but point the bottom foot. And we're going to now take battements in a slow, controlled way. So we're going to lift that bottom leg up, bring it to the top, and then control it, holding on to the abs as you reach that leg out. And we have 3 more. Lift it up, breathe, control it up, and control it out as it goes down. Each time you go down, maybe you can bring the top leg a little bit closer to your head to increase that stretch in the hamstring, and lift up. Here's our third one. Lift and come down, stretch, and reaching out. And last time, lift it up, breathe, coming up, and stretch it out, control it, and reach. Good. Point the top leg, give it a little extra stretch there. Bring that leg down and stretch it out and along the legs. And you're going to find that that leg feels different than when we have it brought up to stretch, but it won't be too much difference there. And let's go back into our parallel position, bring the back leg down, hugging the knee into the chest, tighten. Good. From here, we're going to grab a hold of the foot or a part of the leg, whatever works for you, and try and unfold that leg and increase the stretch in the hamstring there. Bottom leg is your anchor, so keep it nice and strong. And bend it in. Hugging the knee to the chest and reaching out. Use your breath as you do this. So on the exhalation, you want to be doing the extension of that leg out and coming in, breathing in. Exhale, reach, trying to increase more of a stretch of the hamstring by laying that leg closer to your head. And last time, bring it in, inhale, and exhale, and lengthen. Okay, here we go into that flex foot for both of the legs, feeling the heels reach away. Maybe you can bring that top leg closer to your head to increase that stretch. Point the bottom foot, keep the legs straight as we go into some battements. So we're controlling it up, lift, and press, and reaching it out. So that bottom leg is really basically parallel. We do not rotate it. So it's coming up. Here we go. Lift it up, holding on to the abs, pressing the lower back into the floor as you control that leg down, holding the top leg closer to you. Here's the third one. Lift it up, breathe, and control it out and down. And we have one more. And lift it up, breathe all the way, and then reach it out, stretch, and down, way out there. Point that top foot, feel both feet still pointed and reaching away from each other, and try and pull that top leg a little bit closer to your head. And then bend the knee in. Let's let the leg come down. And now just check again and see if those legs feel more similar, one side to the other. Let's roll to the side, bend knees, one arm is underneath you into your side line, and then push up, not jarring that spine, and come to an upright position. Good. Okay, we're going to work with our legs in the second position to work that inside thigh. So go on ahead and try and get those legs out as far as you can. And we want to get that divine flesh out from underneath us. Now, I don't want to see your lower back curved back. I want you to really be sitting up tall on the sit bones. So if you need to bring your legs closer together, that's fine. That's how you get a true stretch in the inside of those thighs. Good. So let's take a forward fold. Top of the head rolls. Legs stay turned out. Reaching the arms out. Come to the elbow position here. And just in this elbow position here, I want you to work with your feet and see if you can really pinpoint the inside thighs as we do this, trying to deepen that stretch there. So we're going to flex the feet out and feel the heels reaching away. And maybe you can even feel the legs move out to the side. Push through the balls of the feet and point. Let's go. Toes flex and press. Reaching the legs directly out. So you're putting some power on those legs. Point, ball, point. Good. And come up and flex. Excellent. 2 more. Push through, ball of foot to the toes. Toes come up and flex, and you're still trying to drive those heels away from each other. And balls of the feet and point. Good. And toes come up and flex. Let's keep the legs flexed and reach out with our arms and see if we can lower down with our torso. Let's take 4 breaths. Deep breath in. As we exhale, inch those fingers out, lowering the spine down towards the floor. Heads are loose. And breath in. And reach out, still inching out. If you can, you're going to let your head drop. I'm not, so that my voice doesn't muffle. Here we go. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach those fingers out as far as you can go. Excellent. And last time, breathing in. Exhale and lengthen out with those arms. Enjoy this stretch, this upside down T position that we're making with our bodies. Many places we can be stretching here. Take a deep breath in, and let's make a noise on the exhalation, sinking into the floor. Good. Walking up, rolling up through the spine, using your hands to help push yourself into that nice roll. Good. And lift. Let's twist our body over to the right, keeping this leg rotated out. And let's just slide out and down with a curve through our spine and our arms. So we're rolling, keeping the opposite hip on the floor, and drop. And then we're going to roll back up and come to an upright position. Let's take 3 more of those. So you have to maintain a rotation in the opposite leg as you try and lower the body over a little bit more and come up. And that opposite hip stays on the floor. We have 2 more. And roll down. So sliding and gliding out. And rolling back up again. And last time. Sliding and gliding out. Reach all the way down. Maybe you've gotten a little farther over. Let's hold this last one. Maybe your elbows are down. Shoulders are relaxed. And you're really feeling that twisted stretch in the upper body, in the side body, as well as a stretch and hamstring of the leg we're going down. And then let's slide back up and come to an upright position. Good. Come back to center. You might feel like you're a little bit folded over to that side. Let's switch it. We still got those feet flexed. So that's our anchor there. And we're going to rotate our upper body, drop the head down, slide and glide. Now, this first time you won't get as far as you will by the time we get to the end. And then roll back up again. But you may really feel this stretching on the side of the spine on this side. And roll down. Reach, slide, and out. Keeping the opposite hip on the floor and rotate it out and roll back up again. Increasing the flexibility in that spine and this diagonal line. Reach out and down. And roll it back up. Still feel the heels pressing out. And here's our last one where we're going to take a little hold. And roll down. Stretch and lengthen. So let's hold it. Keeping the opposite hip on the floor. Feeling that stretch and that twisted sort of along the side of your right spine area. Breathing. And then gliding and rolling back up again. All the way as the left hand comes up. Good. And come to neutral position. Excellent. Let's bring the legs together and shake them out. Excellent. Let's come back into a folded position here and get the divine flesh out from underneath. Let's take some circles with that head. So shoulders are down. We're going to drop the heads down, circle over to your right. Lift the chin up and around. And this is similar in terms of doing a circular motion. We'll take 4 in each direction. As we did in our feet where we were stretching out our ankles in a circular pattern, we're now stretching out our necks, where we oftentimes hold a lot of tension. Here's our third one. Breathing, keeping the spine as tall as you can. Feeling stretching in the back of the neck as we go down. And then as we move up, we feel a stretch in the front of our neck. And come down. And we're going to reverse this. So we're going all the way down and then up right away into the opposite direction, over to the left. And shoulders are down, lift. You may hear some sounds in the back of your neck, crunches and crinkles. But as you go along, you may find that they quiet down a little bit. You're opening up the areas that you might be holding tension as you go about your day, particularly working with a computer or driving. We put a lot of tension on our shoulders and our necks, and here's our last circle, all the way around. Lift tall, up, and coming down with the chin to the chest, and then come upright. Hopefully that helps your head feel a little better. You might want to jiggle it out a little bit. All right, folks, let's reach arms out. Use breath in. Bring your hands together. Bring your hands towards your heart chakra as you exhale. Give thanks to your body. Hopefully you feel lengthened and strengthened, and you released any tension that your body has been holding. If you like this class, please subscribe to my channel. Have a great rest of the day.